I completely zoned out there. Howdy ladies and gentlemen and others, it's me Rustin Charmaine. How you doing? I've just recorded another video on the new Poppy single where I said a bunch of stuff. If you want to hear me waffle more about this, go over there. But I feel like I'm finally getting past all these illnesses and I'm getting back on track and ready to go. I know DAYSEEKER, I've covered I think 2 of the 4 singles or 3 of the 5. 3 of the 5 I think I covered, because I did Pale Moonlight. Let's have a look actually. I did Pale Moonlight, give that a 77. Creature in the Black Night I didn't do. Shapeshift I did, gave it 80 because I liked it, much better structure. Bloodlust I gave 62, didn't really. Post-hardcore by numbers is what I said. And then the last one I gave a score to, but I didn't do a video. I gave it an 82. I thought it was probably the best single. But I intentionally didn't do a video for this because it released like a day before the album, so I'll just wait for the album to be out. But yeah, hopefully we're getting back on track on the channel, because I am a bit behind on the stuff I want to be doing, because I keep getting ill. Various different kinds of ill as well, which is great. But hopefully we're on the mend. If you want to request any videos, or if you want to see videos that are blocked on YouTube, or exclusive videos I've made just for the website, you can go to said website, roastincharmaine.com. You need to sign up to be a member, but you can get a 7-day free trial. 7-day free trial. You can get a 7-day dry if you want to check it out and see if you like it or not. Great ad read, wonderful. Let's go with the music. The first song, the first few songs actually, if we look at the track listing over here, a lot of the early ones were singles, so they're going to be kind of re-listens. Look, on my Discord, which you can also get access to by signing up on the website, this album, based on the chat in there, has had a bit of a lukewarm reception. But the thing is, right, these are, to me, they are American Holding Absence, and maybe Americans think of Holding Absence as Welsh DAYSEEKER, I don't know, but I've never really thought of them as being as good as Holding Absence. Sorry guys, I always think of a kind of Holding Absence light. So all I'm really looking for here is just some good post-hardcore, good synthy bits, good riffy bits, great vocals, which we're pretty much guaranteed to get. Just a fun album. It's a shade under 40 minutes long, 11 tracks. I'm not looking for a proggy masterpiece. I'm not looking for songs that I'm going to whack 100 on. I'm just hoping for some good 70s and 80s. Maybe a few. Yeah, that's all I'm after. I don't think that's asking too much. Maybe I haven't done this album a favour by listening to Bodies while I was sorting the Poppy video out, waiting to record this. Let's see. Alright, Pale Moonlight. Just to say, the ones that are singles that I've already done videos on, I'm not going to linger on too much in this video, because I've already talked about them. I like that. You know, actually, this is good, isn't it? Like the kind of the gothic opening, the synthy transition, the poppy old rock alt metal chorus. Yeah. Yeah. Go on then. As ever with bands like this, it helps that the singer can sing. Oh yeah. The structure that wasn't great, was it? Bit double time.
Dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight. Dance with the devil, slave till the end. Beg for the dead when they find you in a closet.
Alright. If you want to hear me like run through, I think I did a full like lyrical breakdown in this song in a standalone video. If you want to hear that, you can check that video out. But what I will say, actually, something that hasn't occurred to me until literally now, because I've heard this song a bunch of times since, but only ever like I don't say in passing, but it's just kind of been on while I've been doing stuff. It's not like I'm sitting here looking at it, listening to it. It's a very different thing being this locked in, listening to something. It happens a lot with breakdowns in this genre. I feel like a breakdown is just something that is expected of a song in this genre, and so sometimes they feel a little bit crowbarred in. I didn't particularly like the transition into or out of this breakdown. I'm going to make a ridiculous comparison, but it's the comparison that came into my head. You ever see the film Rogue One? the Star Wars film? I think it's probably the best Disney Star Wars film. But in fact, it's definitely the best Disney one. But I remember thinking, like, it's awesome at the end when Vader just appears out of nowhere, lit by the light of his own lightsaber. That's one of the coolest scenes in Star Wars history. But it's kind of watered down a little bit by the fact that midway through the film, we already see him. And I do think if I were editing that film, I would edit that part out. I would have him not appear, or at the very least, I'd have him like use the Force to speak through one of his little keeper dudes or something. I wouldn't show the man himself until that moment. And I like the way it just switches heavy at the end and just does that. I don't think this needs to be a callback for a breakdown that we've already done. I think this could just come at the end. Just be a non sequitur outro. Maybe have it go on a little longer. And take this out. Have this be, rather than a breakdown, have it be a dropout. Where we maybe go and do we have a pre-chorus at any point? Only this little one. Yeah, maybe we do the end of verse 1 and the pre-chorus again, but dropped all the way out and then come back into the final chorus and then only hit the breakdown heavy part in the outro. I don't know. I just feel like I put post-hardcore by numbers in my review in one of the singles, didn't I? And sometimes it does feel a bit like that. Like, there's a breakdown here because it's an alt metal song, you have to have a breakdown. I don't think you do. I think it's fine not to. when one doesn't really fit, and I didn't really feel that one did. But so having said that, that doesn't hurt the song too much for me, I don't think. I think I'm going to give it an 82, not 2, an 82. I forgot to say in the intro, and people often comment saying this is a website called Album of the Year, and you can rate individual songs on albums. You can rate and review the album itself, which we'll do at the end. Sometimes people ask me why it doesn't give them the option to rate tracks, because can you see there? Look, it'll show. No, okay, I'm going to come out of this. Save that. So it'll say the track list, and then it'll say rate tracks. Sometimes rate tracks isn't there. That can be for one of two reasons. Either your user account is brand new, and you need to rate so many albums before it'll let you rate individual tracks, because of people 0 spamming or 100 spamming on things. Or the album itself hasn't had enough ratings itself yet for the rate tracks to be unlocked. I'm not sure why they do it that way round, but they do. So anyway, Creature in the Black Night. That was a long waffle. Considering I said the songs I've already covered, I'm just going to kind of breeze past. I've waffled about that for fucking ages. Creature in the Black Night. Did I do a video on this one? No, this is new, isn't it? This is a single from yesterday. Okay. So I listened to it yesterday, but I haven't talked about it yet.
Guilty hands get under plans. Once I got a hold on you, I won't let go. On your knees, you'll
Very
understand.
gothic industrial again in the
Nothing
verse.
stays the same except the taste of gold. Fuck me in your dreams like you can't escape it. I can make a scene when I feel degraded. Bullet through my heart when I feel you break it. I feel you break it. So why are you lucid in the
Oh no, Creature in the Black Night is one I did, yeah.
feel like a stranger
Oh,
inside
no I didn't.
your skin. You run
I'm
like
so
a
confused.
creature in the black night.
I've heard some of these before.
You keep talking with your hands. You can taste the poison with your swollen tongue. Bite your neck, I want it bad. Blood into a diamond with a single touch. Fuck me in your dreams like you can't escape it. I can make a scene when I feel degraded. Bullet through my heart when I feel you break it. But something keeps you coming back. So why are you lucid in the daylight? You feel like a stranger inside your skin. You run like a creature in the black night. And you'll be alone in your bed till the bitter end. So why are you lonely in the twilight? You live with the
This is just a synthwave song at this point.
you run like a creature in the black night, and you'll be alone in your bed till the bitter I can turn a dream right into a living nightmare. Show me how to feel when you show me that you don't care. You don't care. You ride, you ride, you ride like a creature in the black night.
Big blah.
So why are you lucid in the daylight?
Again though,
Like a stranger
does it not feel a little bit forced in?
you run like a creature in the black
This chorus is fantastic.
and you'll be alone in your bed till the bitter end. So why are you lonely in the twilight? You live with the fever that makes you sad. You run like a creature in the black night, and you'll be alone in your bed till
like that. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. Just a straight up 80. This chorus is fantastic. It flows so well. I like the idea of, that this is you're a creature of the night, but why are you so lucid in the daylight? It's mysterious. It's dark. It follows on from the opener really well, thematically and sonically. It's got a bit of a sexiness to it, bit of a groove to it, bit of a gothic industrial kind of feel to it. I like it. Not quite as good as Pale Moonlight, but it's definitely up there. And I remember, it was yesterday. Or was it the day before? I don't know. I've been sleeping a lot lately, trying to get rid of this fever that I've had. It's not many waking hours ago that I listened to this night's song, and I remember liking this too. So, which one's the one that, when it's a single, I didn't appreciate it too much? Was it Shapeshift? That I thought was a bit... No, I like Shapeshift. Bloodlust? Right, okay. That's not till track 6. So, I'm pretty sure the first 4 tracks of this album I'm gonna like. Track 6, I don't particularly like. Although, within the context of the album, maybe I'll like it more. So maybe it's the second half that fades away. Maybe that's where people are disappointed with it. Let's see. Or maybe I'll disagree with them. Maybe I'll just like all of it. Hopefully. Title track. Crawl Back. No, wait. That was title track. This isn't. Crawl Back to My Coffin. I'm so confused. Straight up synthwave opening. Stranger Things is back soon.
What a goddamn shame. I thought I had a pulse again. Swear you called my name when I was on my dying breath. The skin wore off my bones. I felt my soul at peace. Can I just be alone again? A few more decades, please. Can you tell me what it's like to bring the dead back to life? Gave me roses when I died, just to kill me one more time. Now I gotta cut you off, gotta cut my losses. Came all this way, got out of my grave again, just to crawl back to my coffin.
Okay, so we're a vampire. Again, fits with the theme of the album.
I was getting on my hopes again when my funeral came. I wish you would have let me rest. The skin wore off my bones. I felt my soul at peace. Can I just be alone again? A few more decades, please. Can you tell me what it's like to bring the dead back to life? Gave me roses when I died, just to kill me one more time. Now I gotta cut you off, gotta cut my losses. Came all this way, got out of my grave again, just to crawl back to my coffin. Just to crawl back to my coffin. Skin wore off my bones.
Okay. Confused me.
I found my soul at peace. Can I just be alone again? A few more decades, please.
Oh dear. Look, it's not that bad. I'm being dramatic. But unfortunately, when I listened to this before, I listened to it somewhat in isolation. And now listening to it, how it followed immediately on, as it does on the album, it's not my fault. Listen to this immediately after Pale Moonlight and Creature in the Black Night. Oh my god, I'm going to need to go blow my nose after this. Oh. I listened to this immediately after the preceding two tracks. Hurts this considerably, because it, in hindsight, it's not as good as either of those. I'm going to go with a 74. I think it's good. It's a bit bland though compared to what came before it, and it doesn't have a breakdown. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like the shoehorned breakdowns do need to be there. Although I don't feel like that's what the problem is. I feel like the problem is that it's just a bit. It doesn't really go anywhere. Like the bridge, like, well, for one thing, the second half of the verse is already like a pre-chorus because it's the same each time, building into the pre-chorus, then into the chorus. So it doesn't feel like there's much of a difference between each verse, and like they didn't really ascend from one another. My god, I need to put my nose so badly. Oh dear. And yeah, it felt a bit flat to me this time around. Oh well. I'll go blow my nose and then we'll listen to Shapeshift. Alright, Shapeshift.
You're turning into a shadow. You fall but you levitate.
How do I rate this first time around?
Watch you shapeshift in front of me and drift to the dark.
Great line. Probably the best built to breakdown. grammar, dickhead. That should be 2 words. Sorry. Yeah, I get lots of comments calling me pretentious, but then I can't resist saying that. It's because the verb in this instance is hold on, and then you're holding on to every mistake. So it's not on to, it's on to. 2 words. Anyway, sorry, I can't resist. I can't help myself. I've already done a big old breakdown of this song in a separate video, so I'll not do it again now. Lyrically, I find this one very interesting. I hit like again. I think I agree with my initial assessment, just a straight up 8 out of 10, same rating as Creature in the Black Night. Not quite as good as Pale Moonlight, but better than Go Back to My Coffin. Blow My Nose didn't work, did it? I can still hear how I am. I think we're just going to have to deal with that for the rest of the video. Apologies to people who hate those kind of noises. Yeah, I've already broke that song down. I really like it. It's really good. I'm a little worried now though, because I already know I wasn't a fan of this one. I haven't listened to it since then. I can't really remember anything of how it goes. And yeah, like I say, people on Discord were not overwhelmed, and I am a little worried that maybe the singles were the highlights and this second half might not be so good. Let's see. Soulburn. The first song of this I haven't heard yet. Okay. So far so synthy.
You are a phoenix that died within. Never saw yourself rise from the ashes. Are you still under the influence? Leaving me these scars just for the practice. It's not safe to drown inside a river of all your broken lies. Sharpen your blade if you unveil the knife. I'd love to see your soul burn alive. I'm waiting with the vultures tonight. And when you say goodbye to all you've lost, I'll be there so I can watch your soul burn alive.
Jeez.
You've got a secret that no one knows.
I love the kind of fucking 2000s
You
trance.
still let the hatred grow. You're still so angry and cynical. A parasite that latches on to kill the host. It's not safe to drown inside a river of all your broken lies. Sharpen your blade if you unveil the knife. I'd love to see your soul burn alive. I'm waiting with the vultures.
Is this where the guitars and stuff are going to come in?
And when you say goodbye to all you've lost, I'll be there so I can watch your soul burn alive.
Oh no.
Soul
That's going to go into another song. I have a feeling this will be one of the less liked ones on the album because it's so, you know, trancey, EDM-y. But if you've watched my videos before, you know I love this shit. That kind of, oh my god. Sorry. How did I didn't bring a tissue with me. That was part of that was the entire point. I just went in the other room, blew my nose, then came back. I didn't even bring tissues with me. What am I doing? Idiot. Anyway. I think that's my favourite so far. I'm going to give that an 84. I really like it. I really like the kind of, that kind of low pass filter drum beat, electronic drum beat behind like a really high vocal that just kind of, I don't know, it just monkey brains something for me. And it works pretty much every time. And I like how vindictive it is. Like, all the other songs so far have all clearly also been about a dark creature, but one that we love and that hurts us, but we want to see it better. But this is like, I want to see you burn. It's showing the hatred that maybe should have been shown the entire time. It's a really good song. It's a really interesting song. And it leads into Bloodlust. So now with a bit of different context for it, well, I like it more. Let's see. Sorry. Yeah, okay. I remember it now. I remember that not really working for me. Why are there so many words missing out of this chorus? I think I was maybe a bit too harsh, but it is what it is. Sorry. Yeah. Did a video on it already. If you want to see my extended thoughts, you can go there. I think I was maybe a little too harsh in the scoring. I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10, 70. I think it's fine. I think the problem is that this is like a heavier song from them, and I think their heavy sections are their weaker part. I think they're at their best when they're writing, catchy choruses and the synthy, trippy verses that then lead into like an ascending guitar-based chorus. I feel like when they're being heavier is when they're not playing to their strengths. I called it post-hardcore by numbers, didn't I? This song. It's a bit harsh, I think. I think it's a bit more interestingly structured than that. But I'm starting to really struggle with the voice. I'm sorry. Might have to breeze through these last 5 tracks. Not breeze through them. That sounds like I'm not paying attention. But you know what I mean. I might have to go a bit faster. No, actually, I don't need to go faster. I don't know, actually. Say less? Not sure. We'll see. I'll keep going and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it's just kind of fine, isn't it? It's not playing to their strength as a band, I don't think. Let's see if Cemetery Blues does. With the sound of what the song, from the title, you would think it will. It's not a very bluesy sounding opener.
When the callus forms on your weary feet, I would carry you till the devil is asleep. Are my open arms not the heaven you seek? When I know one day you'll get tired of me. If death is only waiting for a final breath, I'm waiting for your silhouette. I could follow you forever till the bitter end, and we could make amends, say we'll meet again. The afterlife is colder than they told me it would be. Now I have nothing left to lose but these cemetery blues.
This is very different to everything else in the album so far.
I was patient there in the cemetery. Watch the flowers bloom through the dirt I'm underneath. Even 6 feet down I can hear you speak. 'Cause I know one day you'll get tired of me. If death is only waiting for a final breath, I'm waiting for your silhouette. I could follow you forever till the bitter end, and we could make amends, say we'll meet again. The afterlife is colder than they told me it would be. Now I have nothing left to lose but these cemetery blues. Death is only waiting for a final breath. Carry me until the devil is asleep. Watch me blow from the dirt I'm underneath. Nothing to lose but these cemetery blues.
I like that little drum pickup.
Are my open arms not the heaven you seek? When I know one day you'll get tired of me.
What a confused song. There were times when it sounded like a straight up like EDM Creamfields kind of track in the chorus, it sounded a little bit like a sleep tokeny, Fall for Me kind of track, the auto-tuney ones. And then the guitars came in and it sounded like a normal post-hardcore. Then we had a breakdown section. It was like a bunch of different things all at the same time, but it was only like a 321. And that's not really long enough to do any of them fully. So it's just kind of, just a smattering of vaguely connected ideas. 72. It was fine. Didn't sound bad. It was good even. But, it's not, I'm not going back for that. What a strange song. And also, I got confused by a line. Even 6 feet down I can hear you speak, because I know one day you'll get tired of me. I was patient there in the cemetery, watched the flowers bloom through the dirt I'm underneath. So we've been dead for a while, we're buried long enough that flowers are growing out of us. Even 6 feet down I can hear you speak. So no, one day you'll get tired of me. That doesn't make sense. Like, if we've been dead long enough for flowers to be growing out of us, but we can still hear them speaking to us, that means they haven't got tired of us, even though we've been dead for ages. I don't know. It's just, it seems very confused, and I'm not, not Eternal Remedy.
It's an evil that can't be tamed. Crush your skull like it's porcelain. When it fades to black, you're a dead man. Does it kill you when you're alone? Just one look and you'll turn to stone. When your spirit dies, you'll be hollow. And the dark shade comes to take away the pain, and you'll become the only thing you love to hate.
Okay.
Craving her touch, but you feel like a stranger. Have you had enough of meeting your maker? This is the price we have to pay for letting the pieces fall into place. I want you to crawl back to me, down on your knees, nocturnal remedy.
Okay.
Feel your teeth underneath my skin. Taste the poison between your lips. Leave your mark on me so I'll remember the wicked thoughts that I embrace. Watch them creep through alleyways. I know I will never change.
It's a death wish, make no mistake.
Craving her touch, but you feel like a stranger. Have you had enough of meeting your maker? This is the price we have to pay for letting the
What's not connected here?
fall into place. I want you to crawl
Like, I feel like this should work, but there's something that's not.
knees, nocturnal remedy.
Later, you're down on your knees.
Dark shade comes to take away the pain, and she'll become the only thing you love to hate. Craving her touch, but you feel like a stranger.
Yeah.
Have you had enough of meeting your
Yeah.
maker? This is the price we
I think he just about did enough to scrape an 8 out of 10. I think, yeah, just about enough to get that 8 over the line onto an 8 out of 10. I think, I don't know, the chorus does a lot of carrying. But yeah, it fits the concept of the album lyrically, and sonically it's a little different. The chorus really does ascend really nicely. It's a little bit by numbers again, but sometimes by numbers can work. It's 80. I will say though, I feel like if anyone bothers to add up and get an average, I feel like the overall album score might be lower than the average of the song's score, because at the minute, we're probably half an hour into this album music wise. I'm growing weary of the sound, and it's a sound that I love. It's a sound I listen to a lot, but it's like I don't know. I think I know what I'm gonna. In fact, shall I write it now? I think I know something that I want to write in here. For an album that is, on the face of it, trying to experiment with a few different styles and sounds, it somehow feels quite safe and samey. Not sure how they managed that. I don't know what I'm going to put in there yet, but I think that's what I'm going to say. Oh, well, there we go. The top voted one, Home Session, When Banality is Exaggerated. That's harsher than I've written it, but yeah, a little bit. There's 3 more. Let's listen to them.
Golden lights, they tend to flicker on the quiet street. Can you see me through the gray clouds on the black concrete? There's a headlight racing toward me, but I don't think that I care. Nothing hurts quite like the feeling of a heart beyond repair. Call my friends, good at playing pretend. Don't break down again. Novocaine, numbing me to the pain. I don't feel a thing. Bottling up my thoughts for a while, blaming myself till I'm dead on arrival, telling me to rest in peace. I don't wanna believe I'm the living dead. No, the fire's there inside me. I just need some gasoline. Let it burn